Millie Weaver reporting for Infowars.com. We are here in Santa Ana, California, along the Santa Ana River. This is Orange County area where the homeless encampments are. This is a large homeless encampment behind me. We're going to take you guys through where you have thousands of people homeless in California. Just on the other side of this corner here, there are a number of police cars congregating, and it looks like they're going to start pushing people out. So let's go actually talk to some of these homeless people here, see what got them here in the first place. How did you find yourself in this position here?
I got injured on a job and broke my hip, my pelvis, fell off a 2-story roof, and workers' comp was giving me 8-something, but now I get like 150. Whoa. So that's what, brought me here.
And I've been here for almost 2 years now, and now they're coming to kick us out again. And now where are we going to go? We have nowhere to go. That's why we're all here.
I actually have 2 college degrees, but it just
What are your degrees in?
business administration. So
why are you having such a hard time with housing?
the income is my main thing right now.
I was a truck driver, and I guess according to the doctors, I have a depression, and it was caused by weird hours driving truck, cross country. I did that for 10 years. I've been out here for 3. When I came, I couldn't drive no more. I got problems with my eye, and between the truck driving job. But I've been out here for about 3 years.
Any of the people here that are living here that are still working?
Sure, there's a few.
I have a job. I have a part-time job.
You have a job.
Oh, wow, you have a job. So, do you make enough to buy or rent out here?
No, nobody does.
What did you do before you found yourself here?
I've been a plumber. I've been a plumber for 40 years. I'm a master plumber, in fact.
Right now, I've started my Social Security, retirement Social Security, and I'm still $200 shy. If I use my whole check, I'm still $200 shy of a 1-bedroom apartment here.
My last job was right up here at Home Depot. I made $10.75 an hour. I'm trying to live on that in Orange County. It's impossible.
Thank you.
So the cost of living is just too high.
The economy sucks.
The crowd, it's so young out here now. It's ridiculous. These people that have a whole life ahead of them.
They're putting us in jail for stupid shit.
Like what?
Fucking having tents on dirt.
They got a thing called homeless court.
We go to court, they'll sign it off because we have no means to pay it, and then they turn right back around and give you the same ticket again.
Well, a lot of these people never went to court, and now they have warrants. So when they come here to clear everybody out, the first thing they're going to do is run a check and, you're a drunk, go to jail, you got a warrant.
They detain us for so long, and then while we're being detained, they come and they take all our stuff, and then they let you go in about 16 hours with a trespassing ticket.
Well, what they do first.
And then once they take your stuff, can you get it back?
No,
Yeah,
you cannot.
well,
Well, you can, but see, they'll take it like to El Toro or somewhere way out there where we don't have cars, we have bikes. We're not going to ride way out there to try to get our stuff.
Maxine Waters, Dianne Feinstein, Governor Jerry Brown. Tell me how this here, right here in your own backyard in the state that you guys are running here, tell me how this isn't a shithole. Sorry, but people are living here where they're having to actually urinate and poop outside, and it's crazy. Look, they've got an American flag right here. So even in their situation here, they're still being patriotic and loving their country. That just goes to show, guys, a lot of these people here are veterans.
It still bothers me in here that I was born and raised here. I was here longer than any freaking supervisor or anybody, the sheriff, and it irritates me. When I was a kid, they're clearing out orange groves in Anaheim because some crazy guy named Walt Disney's going to build Disneyland. That's when I was here.
Meanwhile, you have illegal immigrants coming here and literally getting a free ride.
Houses they rent, the Mexicans, there's like 20 people in one house, in anywhere in Garden Grove and Orange, they bring their whole family and rent one house,
If the police just did their job, illegals that were down here, all the drugs and bike thievery and all that kind of stuff, if all those people were gone, it would only be a small percentage of what you hear.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional right now.
That's why it's upsetting. There are people with jobs here. Not right.
It's really emotional just to see. I know I'm crying right now. But it's really emotional just to see how so many people out here are just struggling and hurting, and a lot of this is because of the Democrat policies, because I know I used to live in California, and I remember how hard it was and how much I struggled living out here, having to try to work 3 different jobs just to get by because of housing, and it just breaks my heart to see these people out here. Those guys back there were hanging the American flag because this is their home, and they're being booted out so that illegal immigrants and people who do not even care for this country can come here and get free aid.
California has a law where the employer can actually sue you if you have medical conditions because you're a liability to them. So if I have to disclose my medical conditions to them, and with not being allowed to lift 5 pounds, it kind of limits me.
Wow.
Like I can't even work fast food because I can't lift 5 pounds. I was actually working at a Burger King in West Virginia when I got diagnosed with this, and my doctor put me in the sling. And I told him, I said, is there any way that you can put me on like a medical layoff? And they told me I'll just take it as you quit.
I'm an attorney, and I am the director of a nonprofit called the Orange County Poverty Alleviation Coalition.
My man Muhammad, he brings showers, things here to facilitate the people here. But the problem is that the county and the city won't allow it.
My nonprofit raised money to provide portable restrooms at the riverbed, and the county ordered them removed.
They'll rather run down here and fine him or arrest him for some services that he rendered. So there's a lot of things that's going on here. Same way it's like doing it. You have the county has people working from jails to do cleanups and stuff like this, when you could give these people here, the homeless people, that job.
That's the situation here in Orange County. I'm grateful that we were able to talk, by the way, and good interview by InfoWars. I didn't think that I'd be able to say my piece and use this platform to raise awareness in this way, but I appreciate your time.
The homeless encampment literally just keeps going forever. Look at this right here. Give me liberty or give me death. Life, liberty, happiness. Americans displaced and on the street, while literally the Democrat politicians are doing everything they can to bring in more refugees and more other people that they're going to house and help. Let's help our Americans first. And that's why Donald Trump says America first.
It's a case where being number one means really you're number two. A new study ranks California dead last of all the states in quality of life, making it tops at being on the bottom. States were ranked on everything from education to opportunity, from infrastructure to crime. But California scored low for one simple reason. It's impossible to live there unless you are super rich or homeless. Then come one, come all. But just ask any U-Haul dealer. Renting a truck to go from San Francisco to Dallas will cost $3,200. The return trip, only $1,100. That's a 180% surcharge. And it's based on a truck shortage in California because so many people are leaving one left-wing city to a more pragmatic, affordable one. So maybe Californians leaving California, they're the real dreamers. But anyone who's been to L.A. knows the ugly truth. It's turned into a post-apocalyptic wasteland with 55,000 homeless in that county alone. Massive encampments have enveloped Skid Row, under overpasses and streets nearby. SF isn't much better, spending millions last year on cleaning up human waste left on its streets by the homeless. It's odd. We're living in a time where Hollywood embraces dystopian fiction. They spend millions trying to recreate the look of life after nuclear war. I could save them some money. Just grab an iPhone and drive downtown. All right, I'm going to go to you, Juan. I never go to you first, so I thought it might be a time to ask this question. If California has like the largest percentage of poor, yet massive government services, what does that tell you? What does that tell you, sir?
That they're meeting the needs of the people?
No, it's that they're not, even with no matter how much money they have.
I thought you were saying they have a huge homeless population, and the government spends a lot of money dealing with the
poor. You have villages.
Well, here's the thing. You know, one, I think that the real reason they ranked at the bottom is lack of human interaction, from what I read.
I read that, too.
Okay. So I'm just saying, I think that you were on target in saying it's like the rich. You can live a fabulous life in California, but if you're not rich, then your rent is too high, people don't interact, and it's not a communal type of
everybody's
place.
driving.
Everybody's into their own private space. So to me, I understand what you're saying, but I had a question for you.
No questions,
Why
Greg.
are conservatives delighting in California being ranked as the worst?
Oh, no, I'm
quality
not.
of life?
Because, well, no, I think we like to be proven correct.
Oh.
That when you see massive liberal bureaucracies fail, we go, why didn't you listen to us? I'm sad that I have to leave California. I'm from there, Jesse.
So you have income inequality, you have pollution and segregated neighborhoods. What have Republicans done to this? Oh, wait, no, it's run by Democrats. All the things Democrats say they're against, they're just stewing in their own state.
Yeah.
I've been to Skid Row. It was the scariest moment of my life. You know, I've been to every single neighborhood, south side of Chicago. I've been to Detroit, everything. I did not leave the car because they said it was so unsafe.
That was
a bunch of white guys with expensive cameras walked outside into these encampments. It's honestly like Armageddon. It's post-apocalyptic. You have zombies on drugs wandering around. There's needles everywhere. There's no law enforcement. It's lawless. It's chaos. It's dirty. It's infested with disease.
God.
It's the scariest place on earth. You'd think it was in a third world country. It's right next to City Hall.
Yeah.
And they tolerate it.
Ironically, if you go to a Skid Row concert, it's actually enjoyable. Kimberly, Bay Area, sad. You're from the Bay Area,
Yes,
San Francisco.
I was born and raised in San Francisco, so I'm a native. Yeah, it's very sad, I think, what's gone on there, because they think with the liberal politics that this is what love should look like, that you trash your city, that you allow anything goes, that you have sanctuary cities, you let the citizens get murdered, there's total lawlessness and no public safety,
Who's
and
gonna
also
be the
no
next
public
governor?
cleanliness. I think Gavin Newsom. I mean, you know, he's in a tight race with Antonio Villaraigosa, so we'll see. So it's going to be the battle of the.
And I know he's not a typical liberal.
But he was good when he was mayor of San Francisco. I was there, although that was part of the reason, right? Let's keep it on. Let's clean this up around here.
But don't forget, the economy there is terrific.
For
Right?
some people want.
No, I'm just saying I think it's like the fourth best economy in the nation.
Well, you got Silicon Valley and you got Hollywood. I want to get Dana.
I lived in California, but in a different place. So I lived in San Diego for 3 years.
Beautiful city.
Like 99, yeah, till I went back to the Justice Department in 2001 after 9/11. And San Diego's been run by conservatives and Republicans for most of its, at least the county has. I wouldn't say that necessarily about the mayor, though the mayor is a Republican. Kevin, I believe he still calls himself that. So, Kevin, hello. But you know what's interesting? Democrats will say that Eric Garcetti, the current mayor of Los Angeles, they talk about him as a realistic candidate for president in 2020.
Wow.
He's very nice.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
Well, I worked for his father at Gil Garcetti, and I spent a lot of time at the family's house, and I lived with his sister, Dana, in Los Angeles. Yes.
What is a small world, isn't it? Do you know anybody else? I gotta go.
Well,
Welcome back to Info Squad. The homeless epidemic in California is out of control, so let's take a look. We have touched on this topic in a recent video, but the situation has gotten out of control, so now we're going to have another look. And to begin with, we have some video coming out of these tent cities, and let's just go ahead and have a look at the video now. The local activists in this area have estimated that around 1,000 people could be camped in this local region. Just to give you an idea, last month, February 19th, we reported a video that had touched on this topic, and at that time there were around 100 people staying in this region. This particular tent city is growing along the Santa Ana riverbed, and it continues to grow. Some of the locals are getting increasingly alarmed by the rapid spread of unregulated squatters and their belongings, and their waste. Orange County, as well as the city of Santa Ana, are well aware of the situation, but they seem to be doing nothing. They have taken no action at this time. There's even been a lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union that claims that local police in multiple cities have made it a policy to advise the homeless to move to the riverbed region to avoid citation or even arrest. This lawsuit had also made the claim that Orange County was unconstitutionally imprisoning the homeless. Orange County's counterargument to this was that they were building the fences as a flood prevention program. A settlement was eventually reached, leaving the California taxpayers to foot the bill for the ACLU attorney fees. Although we focused mostly on Santa Ana today, the reports are coming out of Fresno, Sacramento. Santa Ana is not the only location with this problem. In fact, this epidemic has carried on now for several years. No one's arguing that there aren't a few losers out there that just can't make their own way, but what it boils down to is the system of control equals debt, and debt equals control. The more they can put the people behind debt, the more control that they have over these people, and so you end up with a situation like this where the people can't pay their bills, the people can't feed themselves, they end up camped on the side of a road in a riverbed in Santa Ana, California. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Leave us a comment down below, and if you like what we're doing here at Info Squad, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll catch you in the next video.